Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Namaste friends. Been a long time. Today being Anusham, I thought let me just add this video as well. My brother had shared a beautiful article to me today. Experiences with MAHA PERIYAVA, memorable moments with the divinity. I had looked forward to the day when I could have the privilege of a brief glimpse of Paramacharya of Kanchi, at least from a distance. At last that day came in 1963. I was at Madurai on holiday. It so happened that Paramacharya had been camping at Narayanapuram, just outside the city. One July morning, I decided to take chance at Madam. I wrote my local address on the visiting card and gave it to one of the aides, who immediately sent it for the Mahaswami's attention. No reaction whatsoever. I sat in a corner, prepared for a long wait. After a couple of hours, Paramacharya came out to perform Go Puja. Though I was within his sight, he did not take a notice of me. Since it was time for his other rituals, he disappeared into solitude of his private retreat. Hours passed, no response from him till 7 p.m. I was told not to wait any longer because it was time for Mahaswami's evening puja, after which he would retire for the day. This went on for 5 long frustrating days. But I would not give up. The longer I had to wait, the stronger was my resolve to have an audience with him. At last, on the 6th day at about 1 p.m., I received a word from the Matam that Periyava would like to see me. I rushed to the Madam without a minute delay. But no, it was not that easy. I was told to wait again. After 4 hours, Paramacharya agreed to see me. The moment ecstasy had arrived, I was face to face with the divinity in flesh and blood. I was immediately reminded of what Arthur Koestler, a tough, intellectually arrogant atheist, an iconoclast, said about Paramacharya. After an audience with him, the controversial author of the irreverent book on India and Japan, The Lotus and the Robo, said in effect that if God exists, here he is. Receiving me with sort of a smile one sees only on the bronze idols of deities, the sort of smile about which Koestler said, if ever Jesus smiled, he must have smiled like this great Hindu saint. Paramacharya began comfortingly. Did you have to wait too long? I was only testing the strength of your faith. Now relax. Before you ask about me, I must ask about you. His questions, reflecting his transparent, fatherly concern, focused on my family background, early life, my main interests, details of my professional career, my health problems, if any, my life in Bombay, and so on. He was now in a communicative mode, which prompted me to share my 10-page questionnaire with him. After a casual glance at the questionnaire, he returned it to me saying, read out the questions first, before I react to them. After you have finished, I will try to answer one by one. No hurry. We can go through the exercise at leisure. The real reason for my making you wait for nearly 6 days was my selfish desire to spend a sufficiently long time with you for a meaningful, mutually beneficial discussion. Now you ask and I shall answer. Let us settle for a long, unhurried, tete-a-tete, as the French might say. Our 2-day-long discussions that covered a wide range of areas as divergent as Aristotle and Adi Shankara at one extreme and astrophysics and Atharva Veda at the other were spread over nearly 10 hours, 5 hours each day. The venue was most unlikely one, the storeroom with rats, spiders, cockroaches and lizards all over the place. Paramacharya was sitting on the bare floor, rested against a rice sack. As we were talking, the stream of bhaktas of different parts of the world and India continued, and every one of them received his attention. They spoke to him in their respective languages, in which he also seemed to feel thoroughly comfortable, handling each of those with the ease and grace of his own mother tongue, Kannada. To my astonishment, his aides told me that he had a mastery over 17 languages. 3 weeks later, the first installment of my 2-part article had just appeared in paper. I went to the Matam with the issue. The Paramacharya's aides had already shown him a copy. Greeting me with an embarrassed smile, he said gently, "After reading your article, I feel taller by a few inches. I wish you had not praised me so much." I said, "It's nothing, Your Holiness, compared to what the Western intellectuals keep talking about you." To which he replied, "I wish you had praised other Shankara Pitams also. You see, we have no protocol problems. We are all engaged in the same task of continuing His Holiness Sri Bhagavad Pada's mission. You could have avoided that unfavorable reference to another matam, an equally great institution set by one of Adi Shankara's senior disciples. I hope you do not run into rough weather because of your over-enthusiasm for the Kanchi Matam." Placing my copy of the weekly before him, I requested him to autograph it. Politely refusing, he said, "Sannyasis don't sign, Narayana." Paramacharya made every devotee feel specially favored. What endeared him to his devotees was not his stunning scholarship, which sat lightly on his frail shoulders, but his intensely human concern and compassion beyond words, and his charmingly disarming humility and transparency. He shared his erudition and wisdom with everyone around. He could explain J.M. Kent's general theory of employment or Einstein's theory of relativity as lucidly and gracefully as he would narrate a fairy tale to a tiny toddler. Author Sri A.S. Raman, compiled by Jagadguru Sri MAHA PERIYAVA, Kanchi Paramacharya Forum. I thank my brother immensely for sharing this wonderful article to us, and on this occasion of Anusham, our Guru's star, and I'm extremely humbled to present this to all of you. Hara Hara Shankara Jai Jai Shankara Kanchi Shankara Kamakoti Shankara. Bow to the Supreme. Peace be with all. Thank you. Namaste.